Hey there, in this video, I wanted to explain GameDevGuild. I've had a lot of questions about it, and I figured why not just make a video and explain what it is, why you might care, and why I decided to do the whole event in the first place, where the whole thing came from. So first, just real quick overview. GameDevGuild is an online conference. It's running for 3 days in May, the 24th through the 26th. It'll be running through Eastern Time, although you can, of course, access all of the conference talks afterwards in recorded format. But if you want to attend live, we'll be going through Eastern Time on those days. You'll be able to attend it completely online, just in a browser, ideally while you're working and doing other things, kind of following along and learning from experts. The conference is going to be a bunch of experts and YouTube personalities, people that you've probably seen or heard from at other conferences. They're talking about some things that you can use day to day. The goal is really to have it so that everything is really actionable and that you don't find yourself just kind of like seeing a bunch of things that you can't use. We're not going to have a lot of things that require a giant tech team or a giant art team or even require you to have a giant team. A lot of the talks, in fact, almost all of the talks, should apply to a solo developer or a person in a small to medium sized team. Now, before I tell you to go check it out and see all of the cool bonuses from the sponsors and artists and vendors and stuff, I want to just quickly talk about why I decided to do this, because there have been people asking, hey, what's the whole point? Why did you want to do this in the first place? And really, it came down to something simple. A couple years ago, I think we all know, everything shut down, and all of the meetups and conferences and things that I was expecting to go to and kind of excited about all got canceled. Everything went under, and I kind of expected that to happen. I had no idea if it was going to reopen, when things are going to reopen, when we'd get the opportunity to go back to conferences. I ended up setting up some online things, some meetups that I could attend and making it so that I could get back part of that, but I wasn't able to get back the conference part. And really from conferences, what I loved getting was learning awesome new techniques and things, stuff that I wasn't using yet that other experts were using or people were using in their projects, and making new contacts, meeting a lot of new people that are just into development and into the same kinds of things I'm into, going to the same talks and talking to the same experts. So I wanted that experience back, and I happened to have a really good friend, Joe, who runs an online conference setup. He actually does online conferences for test automation engineers, and I used to be a test engineer myself. It's kind of how I got into development or into game development, started in the QA department. So it really resonated when he would tell me about these conferences all the time. He would tell me about what he was doing. I thought it would be really neat if we did something like that for game developers. When everything shut down, I thought, okay, we should definitely do something for game developers. But maybe stuff will open up. Maybe stuff will open up. And I waited and waited and waited till the end of last year, decided, fine, let's do it. Let's put on an online conference and see what we can do. Make it the best possible thing we can for Unity developers, fill it up with actionable stuff, and ideally get a whole bunch of awesome free bonuses that we can give to all of the developers who join us. So that was the reasoning behind it. That's kind of the whole goal. Get people together, teach people new stuff, even learn some new stuff myself. A lot of the talks are things that I'm really interested in. So if this sounds interesting to you, make sure that you check it out. Just go to GameDevGuild.com or click the link. There will probably be links down below and up above and stuff. Just find one of those, go to GameDevGuild.com, sign up, and join us live.